Hello, everyone. I'm Minji and I'm from Poland. I wanted to be able to give back and volunteer on Language Café. And in the recent days, I saw that there's a lot of Polish language learners on the server to the point that we, as of now, have regular Polish speaking practice. So that's amazing. I would love to be able to teach you some basics in Polish. In the future, if you want to learn about something specific, you can reach out to me and I just might include it in the future classes. So the main reason I'm hosting these classes is to give back to people and volunteer here at Language Cafe. A really important factor is that I am just a native speaker and I'm not professionally trained to teach, at least not yet. But I do plan to get such a degree in the future. This is a great start for me. I'm definitely going to learn a lot from this, and I hope you guys will be able to learn something as well. So, first of all, alphabet and pronunciation. I'm not going to teach you how to pronounce everything perfectly, but we do need at least a bit of a crash course on that because I feel like a lot of people might struggle with even being able to read. I think that is just necessary. That is always what you should start with when you're learning a foreign language. Then greetings and farewells, pronouns, introductions, nouns, and we're gonna get into some basic sentences. We're gonna start, as I said, with alphabet and pronunciation. Polish uses Latin alphabet with 32 letters compared to English 26 letters. And letters are as follows: A, O, B, C, C, D, E, L, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, O, U, P, R, S, T, U, W, Y, Z, Z. So as we're gonna learn all those letters, I have grouped them into the four categories to make learning them easier. By the way, a little fun fact: Q, V, and X are not a part of Polish alphabet because they only appear in loan words such as quiz and video. The groups are familiar letters that are pronounced similar to English, letters with modified pronunciation, unique Polish letters, and letter combinations. First group, familiar letters. Basically, you pronounce them the same as you do in English. And I know that most of the time in English, you have this thing where letter can sound a different way depending on its placement or how many different factors. Here, it's way easier. We have slight differences. For example, W, or in Polish V, is pronounced as in English vine, and E is pronounced the same way double E is in English word see. Now to modify pronunciation. In this group we have four letters. T that sounds similar to TS in cats and to double Z in pizza, but with pizza you have the C, the Polish C is a bit softer than double Z in pizza when you pronounce it in English. J sounds like Y in yes. R has no English equivalent since Polish R is a bit more similar to the Spanish one, as it's a bit rolled, just not as much as the Spanish R, but it is rolled a bit. R. And then sounds like just in gym for unique Polish letters. Now, this one is tricky since most of them have no equivalents in English. But on sounds like on, just like on. It just needs a bit of like a more nasal twist. The same as with L, that sounds like N, but you need a bit more nasal twist. Je, that is written in two different ways. Sounds like S in measure. For J, as I said, no English equivalent, but it sounds a bit more softer than J. It is hard. Some sounds have no direct equivalents. It takes practice, but it's the first class, and I hope that in the future we will be able to host like a pronunciation practice more, and we will be able to practice and I will be able to correct you, hopefully other Polish natives will do the same. For chi, it sounds like ch in cheek. For she, that sounds like sh in ship. I mean, not quite, but it's the most similar that I was able to find in English. For ni, that sounds like ny in Kenyan. And u, that is once again spelled in two different ways depending on the word. Sounds like double O in moon. Then we have combinations that I know people are usually mainly afraid of. So for ch, sounds like ch in chair. Sh sounds like sh in ship. This, that sounds like z, and it sounds like ds in reads. G sounds like g in genius. And h sounds like H in hello, and we can go over to greetings. So cześć means hello, but I always try to include a bit of an easier version. So hey, that is informal, just like cześć. They do mean hi, hello. Then we have dzień dobry, that is used throughout not only the morning, but throughout the whole day, since it basically does mean good day. And then we have dobry wieczór, that means good evening. And yeah, we do use it after it gets dark, let's say. A more formal one that is easier to pronounce is witam, but basically means welcome. The different ways of say that, for example, witam, witaj, witamy, that depends on the declension or conjugation. I always mix up the two. A little fun fact, since I know it is different in some cultures and some cultures do not practice that. Whenever you enter a shop or enter like a taxi or like another room with other people, you do say dzień dobry as a polite and friendly way of acknowledging people. We can move to farewell. So first we have do widzenia, that means goodbye, and it is formal. Cześć can serve both as hello and bye. Then we have do zobaczenia, as in see you. Na razie, see you later. It is informal. Dobranoc, good night. And I think the easiest ones of them, that is sadly informal, means bye. And once again, just like dzień dobry, saying do widzenia is used in formal and semi-formal settings, such as workplaces, meetings, and when leaving a store, restaurant, or office. It basically basically works the same way as dzień dobry. It just you say that as you're leaving instead of as you're entering a room. Pronouns. So this one is not too complicated. It's just for you. We have different ones for singular and plural. And then for they, we do also distinguish both depending on gender. We can go from ja, me, ty, you, on, he, ona, she, ono, it, my, we, wy, you, oni, they. That is used for men or mixed groups. So if you have both men and women in a group, you will be saying oni. And then one, they, that is used for a group that consists of only women or a non-masculine noun. Now we do have the introducing oneself section. So for introduction, I tried to make it as easy as possible. So after each of these phrases, as follows: mam na imię, my name is, jestem, I am, lubię, I like, nie lubię, I don't like, kocham, I love, goes an infinitive. I tried to make it as easy as possible for you guys to be able to say some basic stuff without having to conjugate everything. And then we have interesuję się, I am interested in. And all the examples are followed by an infinitive, except for the last one, which is marked with an asterisk. And I will provide examples for it later. So we can now move on to questions. If you want to know more about the other person, and I included the three most basic ones, and the ones that I did not include, I will include in future classes that I already prepared. The three basic questions that I prepared for today's class are: jak masz na imię, What's your name? Skąd jesteś? Where are you from? Czym się zajmujesz? What do you do for a living? We can now move on to nouns. I know that there are a lot of nouns here that I grouped in a category, a bunch of different categories. I was just trying my best to provide like a list of something to start with instead, in case you guys were interested in learning some stuff and didn't know where to start. For people and family, we have mężczyzna, man, kobieta, woman, dziecko, child, rodzina, family, mama, mom, tata, dad. You can also say matka and ojciec, but these are, you can stick with mama and tata. They're just fine. Then we have brat, brother, siostra, sister, przyjaciel, przyjaciółka, friend, and przyjaciel is a male friend and przyjaciółka is a female friend because it does depend on gender. Then we have a bunch of everyday items: dom, house, home, mieszkanie, apartment, samochód, car, telefon, phone, książka, book, pieniądze, money, klucz, key, computer, computer. Another list: places, miasto, city, wieś, village, ulica, street, plac, square, rynek, market square, osiedle, housing estate, dom, house or home, block is apartment building, kamienica is tenement house, and it is quite a popular word in Poland, quite a popular type of living estate. Then we have park, las, forest, plaża, beach, góra, mountain, jezioro, lake, and rzeka, river. Another list is food and drink, jedzenie, food, picie, drink, chleb, bread, woda, water, kawa, coffee, herbata, tea, jabłko, or jabłko, because we are going to go over it later on in our third class. But sometimes we do have such a thing as reduction. So in this case, I'm going to go over it in jabłko. You don't say it as jabłko, because when you do speak really quickly, you do say jabłko. That basically means that the w is completely reduced and b is reduced to p. Its softer equivalent. Ser, cheese, mięso, meat, warzywa, vegetables. Another list: nouns, time and weather, godzina, hour, or time. We do also, when we refer to time, do say godzina, minuta, minute, or we can also say czas. For example, what time it is, we do say która godzina, so what hour it is. That's what I said, time, but direct translation of time would be czas. Minuta, minute, sekunda, second, rano, morning, południe, noon, popołudnie, afternoon, wieczór, evening, noc, night, dzisiaj, today, jutro, tomorrow, wczoraj, yesterday, weekend, tydzień, week, miesiąc, month, and rok, year. We're gonna go over hobbies, and if you wanna say that you are interested in something or you like to do something, you can use an infinitive. For these cases, for example, czytanie, that is a noun, reading. You can say lubię czytać, which is an infinitive of the verb reading. Lubię czytać, I like to read. Pisanie, writing. Lubię pisać, I like to write. Rysowanie, drawing. Lubię rysować, I like to draw. Gotowanie, cooking. Lubię gotować, I like to cook. Śpiewanie, singing. Lubię śpiewać, I like to sing. Tańczenie, dancing. Lubię tańczyć. I like to dance. Podróżowanie, traveling. Lubię podróżować. I like to travel. Pieczenie, baking. Lubię piec. I like to bake. Now we move on to sentences. I have created a list of 6 basic sentences because I believe that as of now, I have provided a lot of material, and for someone that truly is on A0 level, it is more than enough to grasp as of now. I wanted to show you a bunch of basic sentences. To jest mój dom. This is my house. Mam telefon i komputer. I have a phone and a computer. Lubię kawę i chleb. I like coffee and bread. On jest moim przyjacielem. He is my friend. Pracuję w szkole. I work in a school. Dziś jest ładna pogoda. Today the weather is nice. It is not obligatory, but in case someone would like to try to see if they retained, if they grasped everything, or if they understood everything, I have prepared 3 simple tasks. First one is write a short dialogue. You can make it short by using only the phrases learned in chapter 01. Sorry, that should be chapter 02 because chapter 01 was pronunciation. And if someone is more ambitious, they can use all the other vocabulary learned from other chapters. You can only choose one, you can choose 3, you can choose whichever task you desire. Write 3 sentences using the vocab learned today. And the third one is learn the vocab provided in the class.